What's going on, everyone? My name is Zach Patcher with the NFL Draft Bible on Fan Nation, powered by Sports Illustrated. I'm going to be joined by a special guest, Hozey Haji-Badri. He's going to be joining me for a quick interview. We're going to be talking to him about what he's got going on as we prepare for the college football season coming up here. But first, go check out the website, si.com/NFL/draft, where you're going to get all of the information on the college football prospects. We've turned it over to 2023. We're getting you prepared, getting all of our scouting reports up. Rankings are going to be coming out this weekend here, as well as we got the USFL, we got the Hub football we're all talking about here too. So we're going to be covering all that. So make sure you go check it out. But without further ado, let me bring in Hozey here to talk some football. Hozey, how you doing, man?
I'm great. Had a great workout this morning and just happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the listening audience know a little bit about you and what you got going on. Just let us hear about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, I'm a grad transfer. I'm here at Western Michigan University. I play defensive tackle here, and I spent my first couple years at junior college, and then transferred over to East Carolina, and had a good time there. Had some good memories. Did some good things, but graduated from there last year, and I'm here now, and I'm just ready to make a big impact and do my part, and just try to contribute and win a lot of football games.
Awesome, man, awesome. And you mentioned so you were previously at a JUCO college. You went to Eastern. You said Eastern Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yeah, East
Carolina. And then now you're at Western Michigan. Okay, tell us a little bit about your experience during the JUCO process. The recruiting process, going to JUCO, and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, initially, I was actually committed to West Virginia, and it was like a last-second thing. I didn't qualify, and that's just due to me, not taking my academics serious. I'd say the first 2 years of high school, more so the first year, maybe a year and a half, but I just put myself in the hole, and obviously I cranked it up my last couple of years and was on the honor roll. But I mean, literally I put myself in a really big hole, and it was kind of like too late to kind of get qualified. And I got my GPA up, and it was just the SAT. I needed a really high SAT to be an NCAA qualifier, but it just didn't work out. It was just too late. And yep. So, there was I guess a couple articles out about me saying that I'm no longer attending West Virginia. And, that's when the JUCO started reaching out, and, I ended up choosing ASA Brooklyn, and I had a great couple years there, man, living in New York City, just all sorts of experiences and just building a bunch of relationships. It was a really great time.
No, that's awesome, man. And I want to talk a little bit about your transfer portal experience, because we at the Hub, the Hub football, you can go check those guys out, hubfootball.com. We do an NFL free agent camp where it's OTA style workouts. You're getting positional drills, you're getting team drills and everything, and you're getting a chance to talk with coaches, and you're getting a chance to make connections. And we're switching that over to, actually, we're not switching, but we're adding a transfer portal showcase. So the same type of thing, but it's going to be for kids in the transfer portal. And as we all know, there's like 7,000 players in the transfer portal. So it could be hard to find schools. So getting fresh tape and getting them out to schools is going to be huge for these guys. And we got that going on June 18th. So, Hozey, I want to talk to you about your transfer portal experience. What was that like going from one school to another?
So for me, I know a lot of guys have a tough time in the transfer portal, but for me personally, I was blessed where I had a lot of opportunities, man. And for me, it was just really about evaluating all those opportunities and really just picking the best fit for me, I guess, because like I said, I'm a grad transfer, so that means I'll have a year of eligibility. So I just really, really wanted to choose that best fit. And I had a few FBS offers, had a Power 5 offer, and a handful of FCS, but it was just a blessing, and ultimately I chose Western Michigan. I mean, and I don't regret it one bit. I mean, coaches are great, teammates are great, and just everybody in the town. I think overall it was a great choice, and it's just a great fit for me here.
I love it, man. And I almost wish this would have been around for when you were in the transfer portal. I would have loved to see you out at the hub because I think you really could have shown what you could do. And I'm happy you're at Western Michigan because you're gonna show yourself, man. I got no doubt about it. I'm excited to see you play this year because you said you got a year of eligibility left. Teams are going to be taking notice here, but that's where I want to talk about here. When a team is looking at you, when they turn on your film, when they watch you play at Western Michigan here, what type of player do you think they can expect to see?
Honestly, just a guy with football smarts and a guy who does his job at a high level. I think the one thing with me is I try not to do too much, and I really emphasize my job. And obviously, when it's time to make a play, when it's a third and long or, whatever the case may be, got to go out and win the ball game. I'm going to do what I got to do that. And, I think I'm a guy who has a motor and just the ability to take on double teams, to rush the passer when it's time, just a bunch of things. And I think the position I'm in right now, the position I'll be playing here at Western Michigan and just the system in general, I think it's going to allow me to do those things at a high level. So, I'm really excited, no doubt.
There's no doubt that you got a high motor. You got a lot of power to your game. You got to have that strength to be taking on those double teams. And, I've definitely watched your film, and there's definitely that on tape there, no doubt. So you talked a little bit about the scheme and where you're going to be playing. Is there some place specific that on the defensive line that they're going to have you?
So you could say primarily the 3 technique, maybe even a little bit of that 2-eye as well, and maybe even some strong side defensive end. Depending on game planning and things like that. We'll see what happens, but I think the way our system is defensively, and like I said, we have great coaches. We got Coach Espo, our DC. He's a great dude, and Coach Double D. He's the D tackles coach. Just great dude, great coach. I love playing for them. I think it's going to set me up to have a big year, and like I said, it's something I've been looking forward to for a while, and I think it's going to be a good year for sure.
I'm excited to see you at 3 tech in that defense. I'm really excited to see what you can do on the edge if they got you out there. That's going to be fun to see you.
No doubt. I'm excited for that.
I love it, man. Obviously, it's good to talk about the good stuff, but I want to talk about something that maybe you're trying to get a little bit better at. Is there a part of your game that you're trying to get a certain part of your game that you're trying to get a little bit better at?
Absolutely. I think from every aspect, I'd like to improve. I definitely haven't arrived and things of that nature, but I think the one thing I've been emphasizing, especially coming off the injury last year, is just getting my explosiveness to where I want it to be. And as a defensive lineman, that is a key, man. You got to be able to get off the ball. You got to be able to play behind the line of scrimmage and disrupt plays and just create havoc pretty much. So I've been doing that a lot. Our strength staff has been working us, and we're really emphasizing that as well. And just on my own time, I'd like to work on that as well. So just emphasizing the explosiveness and of course using my hands and just pass rush in general. So just kind of those things right there. But for sure, I think every aspect of my game, it needs to continue to improve. No doubt about it, 100%.
Right. Well, I'm excited to see those improvements this season. I'm talking about a coach, whether it was back in high school or during your career in college here. Is there a specific coach or a certain coach that has had a big impact on your football career as a player, but also as a person?
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say back in junior college, I had 2 really good defensive line coaches. One was kind of like a defensive ends and a defensive tackles coach. Coach Penny and Coach Anderson, both those guys, I mean, they both played in the NFL. One played at Ole Miss, the other played at Syracuse, and um, they knew the game, and having that kind of helped me, while I was still young. It kind of taught me a couple things, and taught me a lot of things. But not only that they were good coaches, but they were even better people. And I think that's huge for a young college football player. And honestly, even right now, I mean, uh, I mentioned them earlier, but Coach Espo and Coach D, I mean, they're kind of the same thing I had in junior college, and they're great coaches, even better people. And like I said, that's really important to have. And I think it's a blessing that I'm in the situation I'm in right now, for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. And as a young kid, it's good to have that structure as a football coach. For football coaches to understand, you're not just building a football player, you're not just building a football team, you're building a young man. So having that support as a football player is just, it's got to be huge, monumental.
Yeah, no doubt, 100%.
So last question I'll have for you, because it's your last year coming into college here. You got NFL dreams, I'm sure, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So any team that is going to be watching this, it's going to be on Fan Nation, powered by Sports Illustrated. Any
Mhm.
team that could see this, what is your message to them? Who are they getting when they take you? As a person, as a football player, what can they expect to get when they pick you for their team?
Just a guy who's about his business, man. I mean, on and off the field, a leader, uh, a guy who does his job, a guy who's going to give you everything that he has, everything that he possibly has inside of him. He'll showcase that, and just kind of doing the extra to get to um, where the team wants to be. Like I say all the time, um, in order for there's no team success without, or there's no individual success without team success. And I think, they're going to get a guy who's all about the team and pretty much just wants to win the championship. And, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that and get to there. So just a guy who works his butt off and um, do whatever I can. No doubt.
Yeah, Hosey, I appreciate everything, man. This is all fantastic information. And,
Mhm.
from me to you, man, I'll be pulling for you. I'm excited to see what you do this year at Western Michigan. I got a lot of faith in you. I think you're going to be doing big things. So just keep plugging away, man. I appreciate everything. All right. And feel free to reach out whenever.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks, Hosey.
Yep.
All right. That was Hozey Haji-Badri, the Western Michigan defensive lineman. I'm excited to see what he's going to be doing this year. I think he's going to be doing big things. Western Michigan's got a very good defensive lineman there. And of course, when you're checking out these NFL draft prospects for the 2023 class and beyond, be sure you head over to si.com/NFL/draft. Check out all the scouting reports and the rankings we got going up. And also, we're going to be, we're covering the USFL. We're covering the Hub Football Camp, as I mentioned earlier. They're going to be having their first transfer portal showcase this year, which is going to be great for kids trying to find a school to go to. Put out some fresh film for these schools, get some testing numbers up, some OTA style workouts. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to be doing the free agent portal, or the free agent showcase as well. So make sure you check out those camps. But again, si.com/NFL/draft. Thank you all for listening.